I'm a cat person.
I hear that happens, you know. I'm not a cat person myself, but I think I just haven't met the right cat.
I'm telling you, it's a real thing.
Okay, we
Right
are.
I hear that happens,
Oh,
you
there I
know.
go. Messing up already.
Ooh.
We're on the YouTube.
We're on the YouTube. Hey, can you just say, can you allow me to share? Give me magic sharing powers.
Done. Or wait, done.
Done.
All right. Let me send out a reminder to a few, as I like to do. Taxes.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect. Perfect.
Okay, let's see. Who else?
Taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any announcements today?
Let me think. I could probably conjure up an announcement or two. Next Monday, we will be having a Memorial Day cookout from 12 to 2 in the OC parking lot.
Yes.
So that'll be fun.
Awesome.
Burgers.
What are we having?
Ed's going to be
Burgers.
on the grill.
Ed's going to be on the grill. Okay.
Yep. Hey, Cheyenne.
Burgers.
Ed is an excellent
Hey, Cheyenne.
grill master.
Ah, it's perfect. That's good.
Okay. Who else we got? I know Glenda will be here and Regina will probably be here. So it's 5:02. What does Casey
Awesome.
normally do? Does she like wait a minute or does she go at 5?
We normally go. We normally
I
do
like
the announcements, tell everybody about there's the upcoming trip. So you gotta turn in your hours.
Oh yes, excellent. Work hard, play harder.
Go on the trip. Work hard, play harder. Yep. So we do that.
Okay, good.
And then so we have the cookout next week.
Yes.
So
we're going out to
and
the
then we go. We
this
go
Thursday. If anyone wants to go, let me know. I'll put you on the list.
To the what?
Horses. We've been going horseback riding.
Where is it?
Days. It's out there like
Horses. That's
yeah, it's like directly across from Pinnacle Mountain. It's called Arkansas Equine Adventures. I highly recommend it.
That is awesome. Okay, that's worth it right there. Just boom, horseback riding. Okay, cool. Thursday.
Yeah, and that's it. So take it away. I'll keep sending out reminders.
All right,
you just get going.
We have a riveting discussion today. Absolutely riveting. We are talking about taxes, but we're going to talk about not just like your taxes and like why, like how to get your money back. We're talking about how to maximize your money. So we're going to talk about like how to fill out a W-4, what it means. There's some confusing things out there. So we're going to dive right in. So, but first off, Benjamin Franklin said it best. 2 things in life are certain: death and taxes. That's it. I mean, those things are guaranteed. You're going to pay your taxes. Government's going to make sure of it. So, but we're going to talk about like how to pay your taxes, how to do it smartly, in a smart manner. All right. So really, like, what are taxes? Like, let's ask. So let's talk about that just for a second. What are taxes? So really, taxes are, yes, I like the icon of the dollar flying away because it's kind of like, you know, what you think of, right? But it really is a way for the government to capture some of the money of all of these citizens of the United States or your state or your city and reinvest it into government jobs, into new buildings, into infrastructure. All of our roads, for example, all roads were built on taxes. It also is part of like the Social Security program. You pay into the Social Security program, you pay taxes into the Social Security program. So that way someday when you are retired, you will be reaping the benefits of your Social Security. That is how that works, right? But there's different types of taxes too. There is property tax, and there is sales tax, and there is income tax. But income tax can even be broken down into all different kinds of like taxes. So, but really, at the end of the day, you are paying money in to see the things around you in your city and in your government be reinvested. Okay, make sense? Perfect. Property tax. Look at that shiny new house. So these are normally your state, county, and city taxes. And here's the thing, like not all states have property tax. Like in Vermont, you don't pay, you buy a house and then that's it. You don't pay tax on that house ever again. That's done and done. It just depends on what your state is. Arkansas does have property tax. So property tax is the things that you pay every year on your house, on your car, on your boat, on your trailer, on all the big things, right? And you pay that every year, and it's based on your appreciated value, how much they value your property worth, right? So that's why you have to assess every year. And you'll see like when you go, especially when you do your tags, right, for your car, that's probably the most common example. You always have to assess the value of your vehicle so that way they can claim tax on it, right? Sales tax. So sales tax are also state and county and local taxes, city taxes. Again, not all states have sales tax. Texas does not have sales tax. There's no sales tax in Texas. So if you go and you buy something for $1.99 in Texas, it costs you at the register $1.99. That's it. No tax on it. In Arkansas, you do pay tax, but there is a tax-free day for all education supplies once a year, right before school starts. There's a tax-free day. So that's very important to know. When you are going shopping, then you can get all of your school supplies. It's always in August, and it changes every year. It's not like a set day, but it is very well advertised. So, but you don't have to pay tax on those days for all your education supplies. So you're going to college, you can go get all that stuff. Or your kids. If you have your kids, you can go get all of their school supplies, all of their clothes for the year, all their shoes for the year, and just tell them not to grow, and they can't outgrow those clothes that year. Done, right? But this is what you pay for all your groceries, your clothes, things like that. And I can't remember exactly what our tax rate is. It's different for the different cities, right? But it's around 6% or so, right? So everything that you pay, for every dollar that you pay an additional 6 cents in sales tax-ish, give or take, right? Income tax, this is the big one, right? So this is all of the money that you earn every year is taxable. So, and this includes things. So let's say this. There are things called a W-4. This is your employee withholding. So if you've ever filled out a W-4 form, then you can bet your bottom dollar you're going to get taxed on it. Okay, because that W-4 will end up being either a W-2 at the end of the year, which is the reported earnings that you made for that year, right? So if I'm working for a big employer, let's say Walmart, right? At the end of every year, Walmart sends off to the IRS, hey, Josh Brackett made $15,000 this year, and here's how much taxes he paid, right? So the IRS has all that information. And then it's also the same if you are working for a smaller company that does what's called a 1099 contract employee, okay? These are the ones that can get you in trouble because 1099 contract employees, you don't have to withhold their tax. Employers don't, because you're not an employee as a contractor. So when would that come into play, right? So like babysitting, cleaning houses, if you do like, if all you do is babysitting, right? You have to pay taxes on that money that you make. okay? The family that you're babysitting for is supposed to, by law, be withholding taxes. It doesn't always happen, right? So same thing with cleaning houses. It doesn't always happen. But if you're ever caught, then you're the one that the IRS is going to hold accountable. They're going to say, okay, you made $10,000 last year babysitting. Where's my money? Right? And that's how it works. And guess what? They don't just take your money. They take penalties on your money too. So it's kind of like even more of a big deal. So you really got to watch it and make sure that you are holding that money. If you're a 1099 contractor, then you need to hold some amount of money. And I bet you're saying, well, how much money should I hold? Well, we're going to talk about that. Aha, plan for that. So, but there are also different tax rates on how much income you make and how much of it you receive. So I'm going to give you a few examples, okay? So if I make under the minimum threshold for living in the United States, which I can't remember exactly what it is, but we'll just call it $25,000, right? If I make under a certain amount every year, then I don't have to pay any taxes, okay? Now, let's reverse that. Let's say I am Jeff Bezos with Amazon and I make $1 billion a year, right? I pay a whole lot of taxes, right? So because you make a whole lot more money, you pay a whole lot more into the taxing, into taxes. They are also, billionaires are also able to hire several people to help them reduce their taxes too, right? So there's this other strategy there. But the more money you make, the more taxes you have to pay in general. Right? That's the theory behind it. Okay, and it's not just the amount of money; it's the percentage of money. So if I make $1 million, then like in 2021, then I'm paying somewhere above 30-40% tax on that $1 million. So I'm paying $300,000-$400,000 of taxes. That's a lot, right? So just because you're a millionaire doesn't mean that you you still have to pay more. You still have to pay taxes. Okay, versus somebody who's making a lot less money. When you're making $50,000 a year, then your taxes are pretty minimal. If you're making less than that, it's even less. Like I said, if you're below that base level of income, then you don't have to pay anything. And then I wanted to use the example that Lindsay gave not too long ago. I think it was last week, maybe the week before, but she said if you pull money out of your 401k too early, right, then there are penalties for that. So there's not only penalties for that, you're also taxed on that money that you're pulling out, and it's typically what's called a capital gains tax. So there's different kinds of income tax. Capital gains tax means that you took some money, so it's a lot like stock market, right? So you have to pay more in taxes because you took some money that you are gaining off of, if that makes sense. So there's a lot of rules with taxes, but for the most part, especially being young, your taxes are pretty straightforward. So how am I taxed? All your taxes on your tax return are based on your net income at the end of the year. So we're talking about your tax return. So when you're filing, so when I filed for my 2020 taxes, how much tax I actually owe or get back from the government is based on my net income, okay? My net income is my gross pay minus deductions. So let's say I make $25,000 a year. That's my gross pay. That's what they pay me $25,000 a year to work at Walmart. Okay. But I have deductions. I have medical. I have disability and life insurance. I have my 401k. So let's say I only take home $20,000 that year. Okay. So that's my net income. All right. So there are also two different kinds of deductions, or there's several, but we're going to go through really three. The first kind is a pre-tax deduction. And I really want you to think about this. This is some good stuff. So I'm not taxed based on things like medical and 401k. All right. So what they do, how it works is that I'm not taxed on 25,000, right? If I bring home 25,000 gross pay, I'm not taxed on 25,000 gross pay. I get to take out my medical and my 401k. And there's a couple of other examples, dental and vision and a few other things, right? So let's say that's 22,000. So I'm only taxed on 22,000 instead of 25,000. So that's why it's so important to like put money into your 401k, because it's a pre-tax deduction. So your dollar goes a lot further. Every dollar you put in goes a lot further because you're not taxed on it. All right. And then you have after-tax deductions, which are things like disability and life insurance. But then there's other deductions where, such as children, we're going to talk about that, and donations like monetary and physical things. So if I take something, if I donate to my church, or I donate to Immerse, I donate to Immerse, right? I'm able to claim a deduction on that on my taxes, meaning I don't have to pay taxes because Immerse is a nonprofit organization. It's called a 501c3. So I'm able to donate to them and take that as a deduction. Same thing with physical items. So let's say I don't use my microwave anymore and I want to go donate it to somebody. I can take it to Goodwill. I can bring it to Immerse. I can take it wherever, and I can just say, hey, can I have a donation receipt? And I can claim that on my taxes as a deduction, right? That's a smart way. So everything you don't use anymore, donate it, and you can claim a deduction on your taxes. Now you can't claim, I can't say like, oh, I can claim $300 on my microwave because I can't sell my microwave for $300, right? It's really what I could sell a used microwave for. So maybe like 25 bucks, but it doesn't matter. It's money that every dollar that you're able to deduct goes towards your taxes, right? Okay, so we talked about W-4. So what is that? Well, we're actually going to go through how to fill out a W-4, because this is important. This is part of you getting hired, right? And that's confusing. It is a bunch of words. And then there's a wonderful tool on how to calculate how much you should be withholding. We're going to talk about why. Because I can share. Hold on. Because it's important. All right. Can you see my screen? Yes? Yeah. Okay, great.
Well, maybe
so this
not.
is W-4.
It just says that you've started screen sharing, but oh, there it is. Good. All good.
Oh, it's just slow. Okay. All good. So this is W-4. All right. And it is 4 pages of lots and lots of words and very confusing steps. And we're going to make it really simple. Okay. See all this? Look how terrible that. Look, lots of numbers. Oh my gosh. Terrible. Okay. Back up to the top. So when you're filling out a W-4, you're really only sending in this first page. The rest of it is kind of extra information to help you figure out how much money you should be withholding from your check. Okay. So step one is you just fill out the basic information. Your first, your last name, your social security number, address, city, and then how you want to file. Okay. So most people are going to file single or married filing jointly. So if you are single and you're not married, then you file single. If you are married, then there are reasons to do married filing separately, but for what we're talking about today, there's no reason that I can think of at all that a young adult would ever file that way. So there are specific tax strategies of why you would do it, and I can't think of anything for you guys. So married filing jointly, or if you are married, you're going to file jointly. You get a tax, you get a deduction for doing that. Okay, and now step 2 is really when we get into some more complex information, right? So it says, do one of the following. Oh, look, hey, I can go to this website here for the most accurate withholding. So guess what we have? We have that. We're gonna go through that. So we're not gonna go through B and C because all of that is covered in this app, in this website. Okay. And then step 3 is where you get to claim your dependents. Guess what? That is all told for you in this app also. But we're still going to talk about what they are right here so that way you can see. How many children do you have under the age of 17? Right? Right, well, I have 3. So I'm going to put in 3. I multiply, well, I multiply that by 2,000. So I'm sorry, so 6,000, right? And then multiply the number of other dependents. So other dependents would be for you guys won't have any, right? But it would be people that are in your care that are incapable of living on their own. Okay, so there's a few circumstances. So if I have a special needs adult that like my child is now an adult, that would claim as a other dependent. Okay, so there's a few other examples, but you would just use this. And then step 4, there's other adjustments. So you can do some deductions. You can have other income, not from jobs. See this? So remember, like not from your job. So let's say you, just an example, okay? Let's say you go to the horse races in Hot Springs and you make $1,000, right? You got to claim that. Sorry, you got to pay taxes on it. And then you have extra withholding if you want to. We're going to talk about why that's not a good thing, okay? And then that's it. Then you sign and you put your information and you go and you're done. So it's really not as complicated as what they make it. They make it really complicated, right? They make it seem complicated. It's not. It's not. So now we're actually going to go to this website. So let's do that. And I'll show you how easy it can be step by step, one at a time. Step by step. All right. Let me know when you can see my screen. Yay. Okay. So again, so what we're going to do is some of these questions you're going to see like, oh, wow, that was already on the thing. I'm great. I can do that. Okay. See, so tax withholding estimator, right? And we're going to share that PowerPoint so you guys can have that link, right? But so what are we going to do? And I'm just going to walk you through me. How about that? I'm married and filing jointly. Can anybody else claim me as a dependent? Nope, can't. Do I plan to claim dependents? I do. I have three children, right? Done. Do you or your job have a job that will get paychecks? Yes, we both do. How many jobs do I have this year? Okay, so this is including no jobs you don't have, right? So let's say you worked at Walmart and now since Costco's coming to Little Rock, you are moving to Costco. Well, that means you have 2 jobs this year, okay? So I am hopefully only gonna have one, but I don't know. Lindsay will hopefully only have one, right? Do I receive a pension? Nope, I don't receive a pension. Pension is not something that most young people are ever going to see, something from the golden days. And probably none of this will end up applying. There may be some, like if you had unemployment, so if you did have to claim unemployment during COVID or something, then you would check these boxes, right? I don't have any of those. I do plan to hold my job this whole year. And how often am I paid? I'm paid every 2 weeks. And then when was my most recent paycheck? I don't know. We're going to say the 6th. And then how much wages have I earned to date? We're going to use our example from earlier with Walmart. Actually, I said 25, but I was playing around on this earlier, so clearly you can see that. Did I get any bonuses? Nope, no bonuses. Sorry, I'm not going to tell you guys how much I made. And then using my last paycheck. So on your paycheck, it'll say how much taxes to date have been withheld for this year, right? So we're just going to make up a number. And then pay period. We're going to say 200. Okay, do you do a 401k? Yes, we do a 401k because we want to, right? Talked about that. We want to do 401ks because it helps for our retirement. Okay, so we're going to contribute $2,000 this year. Nope, we're not doing that. And then the same thing. Yes, she's paid every 2 weeks. real quick. Total wages, $10,000. Nope, nope, nope. $1,000. And I don't know, $100. So those are on your paychecks. Don't forget, required, right? Nope, nope. Next. Do you want to go through and do your adjustments? Most people are going to say no, so it's okay. That's fine. Okay, we're going to take the standard deductions. You don't want to do the itemized deductions. It's for when you are in your early 20s, especially. I mean, I didn't start doing itemized deductions till I was like late 20s, maybe even 30. And I'm old, guys. So and itemized deductions suck. So it's a lot more work. So just take the standard deduction, especially if you're young. Okay, nice and easy. Boom. It said, oh, by the way, I don't know if you saw that. I qualify for $25,100 of standard deduction. Okay, it automatically calculated it. That's just the standard deduction based on the number of kids, based on the information. See tax credits. Based on your input, you may qualify for tax credits. So right now we have tax credits available because of COVID, because the economy is having issues getting ramped back up, right? So there, you may want to go through and see this. I'm going to see it without it just so we can show you how we get through it. Okay, boom. Estimated overpayment. Look at that. See, so you see how I said the anticipated tax obligation. So it's based on what you're gonna make, right? Based on our standard deductions, based on what we can take, then there may be, you may not have to pay any taxes. So based on what I put in, it said you have a family of 5, you don't make enough money to owe us taxes. We're gonna have other people like Jeff Bezos at Amazon pay us taxes for you, okay? So what I'm saying here is that because of that, then where's the information? There we go. No, there's all the information, right? Because of all this information, it says I'm not going to owe any taxes. So you don't have to pay in taxes, and there's ways to do that. Even here. So there's nothing in here that says that you can do. So you can claim more dependents, okay, to reduce your number of taxes, your amount of taxes. And they go through all of that in your, oh, you can't see my other thing. I'm not sharing it anymore. That's okay. I'm gonna stop sharing it. So we're almost done. Don't worry. We're there. We're almost there. Uh-oh. Okay, so we were right here. We're gonna go right there. Can you see my PowerPoint? Bam. Okay, this is gonna sound crazy. A tax refund is not a good thing, y'all. It's not a good thing. I know it feels good, like, yes, I'm gonna get $1,000 from the government. But here's what you should have done instead, right? What we're doing when you pay in taxes and you get money back is the government's investing that money, and they get to keep all of the interest, all of the everything that they're making, right? And if you think about it, if I put in $1,000 and then 230 million other people in America put in $1,000, that's a whole bunch of money that they've got invested that they're making money off of, right? So if I took my $1,000 instead and I put it into a bank or into the stock market, let's say, so like right now, the average stock market investment has a 10% return. Okay, so let's just say 6%. That's an extra $60 that I can have. Man, I don't know about you, but $60 is a lot. I'll take $60 any day. You guys offer me $60, I'd say absolutely, let's do it, right? So the bigger your refund, the more money you're actually missing out on because you're not investing it. Okay, so the goal of your tax return is not to get as big of return as you can. It's to get as close to zero as you can. The closer you are to zero, the better your tax strategy was for that year. And I know that's crazy. You're never going to hear it anywhere else. I know. But if you come to me and you're like, hey, guess what? I had $0 refund on my tax return. I would probably go take you out to a steak dinner. I would. Because that means that you are using and spending and investing your money wisely. Okay? So, that being said, questions about taxes.
Well,
Also,
my
I am not an accountant or a CPA. So,
disclosure.
disclosure, I did stay at a Holiday Inn last night.
That counts for something.
You ever seen those? You seen those commercials?
Oh no.
They're older commercials. It's for old people like me.
Okay.
It's like I may not be a lawyer, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn last night. Anyway.
I get it. You're fancy. Well, my mind is blown about the not getting a refund means that you well with your money.
I'm telling you. I mean, it means that you did. Now, hopefully, you're actually like investing that money and not like just blowing it on McDonald's or something. But that's a whole nother conversation. That's back to the savings conversation that Lindsay did last week. So,
man.
Do we have any questions in the chat?
I
can't see the chat. I'm only on.
I don't see any. We do have quite a few here. And I asked if there were any questions. I don't see any.
What?
I know. It was just so informative.
Questions.
We'll give him another.
Yes. Taxes. Taxes are exciting.
Oh, yeah, they are. Any questions, you guys? I'm so glad that you all came and learned something about your taxes. Sierra, I hope you're feeling better.
Me too.
I don't see anything popping up.
Okay. Well, next week, I don't know what we're doing. I gotta look. I don't remember. It's on finance. I do know that of some sort because we're in the finance series right now. So.
Yes, much needed. And you all ask for this all the time. Taxes. I can't tell you how many of you have been in the drop-in center asking about your taxes. And just money stuff in general. It's
coming. Like, yeah, if you guys want, like, reach out to us. We can, we're happy to, we'll talk about it.
Great. That's so nice. Okay, well, definitely. Have a great night, everybody.
Maybe we'll swing by. Maybe we'll swing by when there's power.
Yes. Oh, totally. That was a whole thing. Okay, everybody.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Have a really good night. Thanks again, Josh. This was awesome.
Welcome.
Okay.